Hi everybody, Sanbonani. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Reality Buzz TV, where we talk about all things reality TV shows and all things reality TV show stars. So listen, you guys, I'm going to catch up with Mnakwethu, and today we're doing episode 7 of Mnakwethu Happily Ever After season 4 because we are behind, you guys. Listen, I can't deal with Amanga Kasandriso, like for real. Okay? And also, I feel like they could have chosen better when it comes to the people that they wanted to show their storyline. Because I don't know about these people, I don't know about these people that are part of this show. Listen, una manga, usandi. That's the thing, you guys. I feel like for men, it's like so easy to find partners because women are so desperate to just take anybody. The fact that Qondanisa has 3 very beautiful young women fighting over him, wanting his attention, wanting to be married to him, is a shock for me because that guy is a lie. Okay, he is no good. I haven't seen one good thing that Qondanisa has done on this show to show me which these women that are fighting over marrying him are fighting for. I have not seen it. Okay, Qondanisa is a liar. Okay. Now, you guys, most of the time when people are trying to justify into his temple, they always say, at least you're living the truth because when your husband is not with you, you know who he's with. That is not true. And on this show, they're showing us that even when there is the 2, the 3, the 4 of you as his wives, none of you know where he is when he's not with you because he might not be with any of you. So people be saying, what's a name? If you say Stenjin, you are living the truth because your partner is open about being in multiple relationships with multiple people. But the truth is, that's not true because even as Stenjin, the man will still be lying. Okay? So that whole thing, that argument is just out the door, especially when we are watching this show. So on the first scene in episode 7, we did see Qondanisa asking his sister to go and speak to Mamcunu to apologize for him. Honestly, you guys, I'm realizing that number 1, the whole thing at Qondanisa and his wife is just for TV. I think that they wouldn't be spending time together at all if it wasn't for TV. I think that they do want to stay on the show. And it's going to be difficult for them to stay on the show if they've broken up. And they show us that they've broken up. Qondanisa with Mamcunu no Samantha. But I do feel like Qondanisa would like to be back with Mamcunu more than he would like to be back with Samantha. I think for Samantha, it's really just about TV. And I think Samantha is intelligent enough to see it. Okay. So also, even Mamcunu, you guys, I think Mamcunu has not really broken up with Qondanisa like she was trying to tell us in that interview that she did, okay? And also, Mamcunu has some delulu going on, okay? To be asking Qondanisa, who looks like he cannot even afford a chair to buy you a plaza, is another level of delusion I don't understand, okay? You know your man can't afford nothing, okay? Why are you asking him for a farm? I don't get it, okay? I don't get it. So he was asking his sister to go and speak to Mamcunu and I guess talk to her to forgive him for whatever that he had done because he's done too many things. There was that first scene in episode 7 and the sister was like, listen, don't be going out there and doing things to Mamcunu and then coming here to ask me to go and apologize. I'll do it for you this time, but it shouldn't be a thing for you to you want to do something to Mamcunu and ask me to fix your mess, your nonsense, okay? And we also did see Qondanisa with Pindile. They were just talking about, remember, Pindile, Qondanisi's first wife, was did have that meeting with Mamcunu that was arranged by Qondanisa. So she was saying the meeting didn't go well because number 1, Mamcunu is having her own problems in her own temple. So what can she share with me? So I went because I was respecting her and the fact that you requested a meeting, but it's not like a meeting helped me at all. So it kind of was a waste of time because even Hezia Mkalela in her own temple. That's the thing, you guys. I don't understand how Mamcunu has become an expert now on his temple and is being used on this show. Like, she knows what's going on when she can't even fix her relationship with Qondanisa. I loved Mamcunu in previous season, but she's confusing me this season because she's acting like this rich woman who is above everything, but she is still in the mud. It's like I'm above the mud, but I'm inside the mud myself. So I don't understand her. So yes, you guys. So Mamcunu, I guess the meeting between Pindile and Mamcunu didn't go so well, but Pindile had still gone there, which I think was nice, and also she was respectful in the conversation, even though she really wasn't receptive to the advice. She's not going to take Mamcunu's advice because even Mamcunu has her own problems, but she still was respectful enough in the conversation. We also do see Udulas, you guys, which was an emotional scene, this one. Dulas calling Umadlamini, because we all know Umadlamini did pass away sometime last year, and I guess this show was shot just before she passed away. One thing about Umadlamini, you guys, from the beginning of the show, even when Udulas was still asking Umadlamini accepting Umamhlongo, Madlamini had always been concerned about her kids. Her concerns were her kids, okay? If you're bringing another wife, are you going to be able to take care of your kids? Her complaints had always been about how Dulas is not doing enough for the kids. Even in this phone call, you guys, she was asking Dulas, when are you coming to see the kids? I'm seeing you online on TikTok. You're doing a video here, a video there. You are with the Maskandi guys, all of that. But what's happening with the kids? It's like you are busy, but you are not busy with your kids. Then Dulas makes an excuse to say the kids used to stay with an aunt, and when they stayed with an aunt, I had access to them, but now I don't have. Guys, can you imagine me as a mom saying, maybe my kids live with my sister, and then I'm like, you know what, they used to live with my other sister and I had more access to them, so now I can't see them because now they live with another. Can you imagine that? Like, we will never accept that from a mother, but we accept it from a father. For him to just say, no, but it was easy to get them when they were living with their aunt, but now that you have taken them, I don't, you know. So there was his excuse. Then you guys, then he has a nerve to sit there and say the reason Madlamini is complaining about him seeing the kids is because Madlamini wants to see him. So basically, Madlamini is not concerned with the kids. Madlamini wants Dulas back. That's why every time they talk, she's complaining about him seeing the kids. So basically, he is saying Madlamini took the kids from the aunt so that Dulas can come see the kids. And then while he is coming to see the kids, he can see her. I'm like, Dulas, no, Madlamini don't want you. I guys know the things we see on this show. So that was his conclusion. Was the only reason Madlamini is complaining is because of that. But guys, it was emotional because we've seen quite a couple of we've seen a couple of clips where Madlamini is just talking about her kids, being worried about what would happen to her kids if she left this world. Okay, if she passed away. It makes me wonder, you guys, if Madlamini maybe wasn't diagnosed with something that made her have this idea that she was going to leave this world early, you know, because she spoke a lot about her passing. She spoke a lot about her kids. Are her kids going to be okay, and putting her kids first? I just wonder, guys, because they did say that she was sick before she passed away. So it was emotional because I think that is the last scene that we are probably going to see of Madlamini on this show. And she was one of the originals, okay? She was one of the originals from Mnakwethu, the original Mnakwethu, the first season. And she also did the first season of Mnakwethu, Happily Ever After. May her soul rest in peace, you guys, because she has passed away. I do wonder, you guys, where Dulas's kids are now that Madlamini is no longer alive, because of course they're not with Dulas. We see Dulas, they're doing lives there on TikTok looking like a single guy when he has 3 wives and many kids, okay? So there was their conversation between the two of them. Madlamini really wants Dulas to spend more time with the kids, which he's not going to do. We know he's not going to do that, okay? Then we saw Qondanisa. Guys, I think out of all of the storylines, Qondanisa is just like going around. Like, siyabhora story sabo. And I think it's just the fact that you can just feel with these people are having these conversations for the show. It's not like we are watching a reality show where people are living their real lives and we are watching them. It's like they're just creating things so that they can keep the show going. So amasinzonke kaQondanisa border, once again he was speaking to his brother about going and seeing Samantha's aunt, because Samantha's aunt wanted an apology for the confrontation that had happened between her and Qondanisa and Qondanisa's brother. You remember, and the uncle, the time they were talking about Samantha's baby, so she wants an apology for that. We also did see Usandiso no Pindile, you guys. Listen, Usandiso no Pindile, when they are shooting the first scene, they do talk about how Sandiso wants the families to meet, because I guess he wants to talk to Pindile's family to apologize, I guess, for what happened with the Pindile, them being on the show, and the families didn't know about that. Okay, now you guys, they were meeting with the family. Now here is a thing that I don't understand about this show. Most of these people are from KZN and Emakhaya, and the foundation of the show is Emakhaya. So it's very weird for me that they are choosing to shoot the show in Joburg, because then whatever it is that they're trying to do, because the meeting of the families, all of the meetings with the families are not with real family. You know, it's family, but it's whoever they can get hold of in Joburg. So if you've got an aunt in Joburg, you've got a cousin in Joburg, that's the person that they will do the meeting with. That's the thing about these shows, though, you guys. That's the thing about these shows, that the things that are very important to Black families, they don't take them seriously. Like, they will do these shows ignoring that part of it. That will make a show a lot more interesting. If they were really trying to show us how these people are living, the meeting of the families will be the meeting between the families. Like, if I have to call my family to meet with my in-laws, I'm not gonna call my sister to meet with my in-laws. It's going to be my mother. If it's not my mother, maybe my aunts, you know, if I've got an uncle, you know, or I don't know, you guys. So for them, because they are shooting in Joburg, it will be whoever is available in Joburg. And obviously for Pindile, it ended up being her sister that was available, and her brother had to work. Because why? Because her family is Emakhaya. Had they shot the show back Emakhaya, and they really made it a real reality show where if the families need to meet, the families Emakhaya are going to meet, then Upindile would have gone back home for a weekend so that she can be there when the families are meeting. But they are lazy on the show. They don't want to do that. When the meeting is supposed to take place in KZN, they will make sure it takes place in Joburg. If they can get somebody to come and act like your aunt in Joburg, that's what they're doing. So we are watching family meetings, but it's not really family meetings, because you're looking at these people and you're like, are they even family? Are they even related to the person they're meeting with? So Pindile ended up having somebody there that she said was her sister. But I was like, is it her sister? You understand what I mean? So then Usandiso had his brother and aunt there, okay? So here's the thing. I did say at the beginning of the season that I feel like Sandiso's family is pretending that they didn't know that Sandiso had a child with another woman. Because who is going to pay inhlawulo to another family without consulting their family? So I feel like his family knew, and I feel like they know about the lobola, because he said that wayagocela. But they are pretending to Pindile that they didn't know. They didn't know anything about it. So that's what the conversation was about. To say, they are not happy with the fact that, no, they were there to say to Pindile's family, listen, we also didn't know about the child. Or we didn't know that Mamcunu didn't know about the child. And we also didn't know that Sandiso was going to go on national TV and ask to take his baby mama as the second wife. Okay. Then they are saying also another thing is that Ingani Hlawuliwe, which was the first time that Upindile is learning this whole thing. Okay, that was new to her. She didn't know what Ingani Hlawuliwe and all of that, you guys. And I guess she had a difficult time taking it. At some point, she was walking out to the bathroom. Okay, so here's the thing, you guys. Pindile has always maintained that she is saying no to Isthembu, but I think honestly she might be saying no with her mouth, but she's saying yes because she's still here. You know, and I think that honestly, you guys, for these women, it gets complicated because staying in a relationship means shooting the show, means popularity, means, you know, you're going to get famous, means money if they are being paid as individuals. Now, if you leave a relationship, it's unlikely that they are going to shoot with you. So you are missing a lot with, you know. So even if the girl would have left, or the wife would have left, but it becomes more difficult. They are likely to stay. If they are being chosen to do happily ever after, they are likely to stay in the relationship, even if they wouldn't stay under normal circumstances. So the next thing, you guys, was interesting because we did get to see Udulasi with her friend talking about the miscarriage Mamcunu. And it was the first time that I got to hear Udulasi talk about how emotional the whole experience was. It's hot. So I thought it was a good scene, you guys, because we got to understand how Udulas was feeling about the fact that Mamcunu had a miscarriage. I think Udulas likes kids, okay? I think he loves the fact that he has kids, but I think that he's not doing anything. After the kid comes to the world, it's like for Udulas, okay? Because we can see it with Dlamini that he's never really done much. Okay, the complaint Kamadlamini has been the same, that Dulas is not there for the kids. Okay, then you guys, we did see Mahadebe meeting with Sandiso, because Mahadebe is the second wife Sandiso Unchangas. Okay, now that meeting was Mahadebe meeting with her family to sort of apologize to them, because they also just saw everything on TV. They did not know she was trying to get on his table. They did not know that she was going to do the show. They did not know that Mamcunu didn't know about the child. That whole thing that we were seeing on TV, they were also seeing on TV for the first time. They hadn't heard about it, so she was apologizing for that. Apparently, there is an incident where Usandiso was beaten up by the brothers Zika Mahadebe. Okay. Apparently they had a meeting. They were trying to sort things out, understand each other, and Usandiso watelela bamushaya. Okay. And I was like, listen, you guys, I am not for the violence, okay? Okay, but I am for the violence. You know, I'm not for the violence, but I am for the violence. Yeah, bon. I was like, the way that Sandiso lies, we are eating Pama or two. You understand what I'm saying? You know, don't kill the guy, but you know, he won't die from Impama or two. So I was like, here is Mzansi Magic being out here, not showing us Sandiso the day that they were beating him up. So there is that situation, okay. So the brother, I like Mahadebe's brother. Okay, I like a brother that is like, listen, this is nonsense. We're not going to allow it, kind of a situation. And that's a brother that was one of the people that actually beat up Usandiso. So he was asking, so you are telling us you are going to leave Emakhaya, because that's the reason Usandiso said he needs someone to go live with his aunt or something who is at her old age, Emakhaya. You okay with that? She says she's okay with that. And then he asked her, what about your dreams? You know, because Umahadebe apparently was supposed to be at school. So what about your dreams? She says that Usandiso still says that she can still go to school, she can still do other things. Listen, you guys, depending on Amakaya and Jani Lena, most of Amakaya now in KZN, there isn't anything that you don't have access to. If you want to, if you've got a phone, you've got a laptop, you can still study, you can still, you know, everything that you can do in the suburbs now, you can do in Amakaya, okay? However, it depends. Is she really going to do that? Or Masefikile Makaya, she's going to just be comfortable in the role of mama now and then at 1,200, maybe by indot they said Jobek, because Usandiso looks like now we are somehow. You know, it doesn't look like the wife allowance is going to be a lot of money, you know. You know what I mean? And then I hold him and get comfortable. If she's going to do that, then, you know, but definitely ukuhlala emakhaya doesn't prevent you from still pursuing your dreams. Okay, people start businesses emakhaya, they do all kinds of stuff based emakhaya. So she said that she will still pursue her dreams even there, even emakhaya. Now the family asked her, so what do you want from us? What exactly do you want from us? And she said that she would like for them to support her. They are saying, listen, our worry is that we are going to let you do this, and then at some point you're going to come out here complaining, Uguti, maybe we should have stopped you or anything. But if you are happy and you just want support from us, that's what we're going to do for you. So they decided that's what they're going to do for her. They're going to support her. Okay. Then the next scene, you guys, was Qondanisa and his red shoes. Okay, listen, you guys. Anybody that's letting their men wear red shoes, not even the type of shoe, it can still be that type of, but like red shoes, like the whole outfit and then just red shoes. Okay, I know, guys, it's tired, but I'm like, hey, what are these red shoes? I am guys. So Qondanisa, I guess, took advice of his brother, which was get the wives together, because when they were talking with the wife, with the brother had advised Qondanisa to, what, get them together, because he was saying, listen, I'm not winning here. I'm trying to get these wives to come back to me. They are not. So what must I do? The brother was like, you know what? You're not going to win if you talk to them individually. I don't know where he got that idea from, guys. It must have been one of the producers that said, listen, we need to find a way for you to meet with Samantha and Mamcunu so that we can get the drama. Because if it's not that, it did not make sense for brother to advise Qondanisa, just get your wives together and speak to them at the same time. You have a better chance of getting an understanding if you do that than if you don't. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. So they were meeting here, guys. That's like the big meeting that happened in this episode. Mamcunu no Samantha. It's funny how Mamcunu no Samantha get along very well. In fact, at the beginning of the season, they were talking about being friends, and it really did feel like they were friends. The problem happens when Qondanisa is around. When Qondanisa is there with them, then things don't go right, okay? So Qondanisa is talking about how much he has changed, and he would like to have them all back together. They were even almost convinced that he was about to tell them something that's making sense. Okay, so he's asking for love back from both of them. Samantha is like, absolutely the hell not. You have not given us anything. You have not done anything for us. I'm not. Leave me at peace. Mamcunu is saying the same. And then Kona Lapo, he tells them, go to Mazute left. Mazute left the relationship, excuse me. Mazute left the relationship, and now there is another one. Like, you are trying to ask for love back from your wives. While you are asking for love back from your wives, you are telling them another one is coming. Samantha was like, listen, have your wife, just leave me with my peace. Okay. That's the thing that I feel like the show, even though they might have been healing from this relationship, the show is taking them back, because the show is forcing them to shoot with somebody that they wouldn't want to spend time with. Okay, I feel like Samantha, more than Mamcunu, really wants to move on. Okay, so now he ends up backing Mamcunu, because I guess Samantha was the one that was more like, listen, leave me alone, leave me at peace, go take your third wife, I don't care. But then it also looked like Samantha was a little bit jealous when Qondanisa was focused on Mamcunu. And while he was saying something about his kids, Samantha says, Mamcunu's kids are not his. Listen, you guys, I think Mamcunu's kids are Qondanisa's, because every time that is mentioned, Mamcunu is not worried about it, okay? And she did explain it. They were trying to force Samantha to confess that the child that she has is not that of Qondanisa. So what they did is that they came up with a plan. Her and her sisters came up with a plan where she lied on a voice note that the kids were not Qondanisa's kids. And that voice note, they made sure it got to Samantha, as if it got to Samantha by mistake. So Samantha thought that Mamcunu was talking to someone else about the kids not being Qondanisa's kids. So that's why Samantha is so convinced that Mamcunu's kids are not Qondanisa's. But it was all a lie. It was a scheme that Mamcunu and her sisters set up to catch Samantha on the fact that the kid was not that of Qondanisa. Okay? So listen, you guys. Samantha is of a belief that Qondanisa will not do well with 3 wives because he has failed with her, with Mamcunu, with her. So how is he going to have the second wife? Qondanisa at some point is on his knees begging Mamcunu. That's why I'm saying, you guys, I think that Qondanisa really just wants to get back with Mamcunu. I'm not sure he even wants to get back with Samantha, but he knows that the storylines that the show wants is the storylines between him, Mamcunu, and Samantha. So he kind of has to beg Samantha to get back with him, which really honestly is like they're in a perfect position, because I don't think Qondanisa wants Samantha back. I don't think Samantha wants Qondanisa back, but they want to do the show. So I think that's a big issue here. So now Samantha walks out of the restaurant. She was like, watch me walk, okay? When she was being told that the third one is coming, she walks out. Then Mamcunu at some point demands a farm. Mamcunu to a funny plaza. I'm like, Mamcunu, this man has not bought you a loaf of bread. How is he going to buy you a farm? Ufuni farmer, you must speak to my brothers. I want Plus Ilganogosho walks out, okay? While Qondanisa is talking, but did you see, guys? Did you see in episode 7? Did you see Qondanisa? Mamcunu walked out, and then he walked after Mamcunu. And then before he was trying to speak to Mamcunu, and then he kept looking for cameras to see, are they shooting? He was like, oh, okay. And then he continues to speak to Mamcunu. I'm like, I'll be damned. These people be playing with us. What kind of sketch is this? Okay? What kind of Mamcunu, not Mamcunu, Mastos. What kind of mastos is this? You know, you remember when we used to play mastos as kids? They are playing mastos, those people. I was like, what kind of nonsense is this? He was like, okay. And then he started speaking to Mamcunu. I'm like, the audacity of the editor not removing that part, okay? That part was so badly edited. You could say, guys, we are watching a sketch, La Payana. I guess so. He's speaking to Mamcunu, and then Samantha. I think Samantha was a little bit jealous every time Qondanisa was focused on Mamcunu, and sometimes she confuses me, because sometimes I'll be so sure that Samantha really wants to move on, and then there are those moments where she's kind of jealous of seeing Mamcunu interact with Qondanisa, and she wants to disturb that peace that they have. Because if you want nothing to do with Qondanisa, then you should want nothing to do with Mamcunu as well. But it looks like that relationship between Mamcunu and Qondanisa bothers her so much that she kind of wants to come and disturb the peace in there. And then, you guys, Samantha was walking away, and then Qondanisa was trying to stop her, and then Samantha poured whatever was it to be that she had on her hand at Qondanisa, even though Qondanisa was like, angithelwa mina ngobhe, bakuthelile kodwa ngobhe. Yabona guys, like I said, because I'm not for violence, but I'm for violence. Yabona, so there was violence. You know, it wasn't violence, it was violence. I was like, I'm not for violence, but I am for violence, and that was violence. So I'm telling it, so it just ended up being a mess like that, you guys. Listen, I am still believing Samantha wants to move on, but I do feel like she does still have feelings for Qondanisa, which is a thing that keeps drawing her back, and the thing that keeps making her looks like she's a little bit jealous of Mamcunu when it's just Mamcunu and Qondanisa. However, you guys, it would be great if she can just move on with her life, because you know, Qondanisa, except for the red shoes. Okay. Anyway, you guys, there was the episode for season 7. Catch me in episode 8, you guys, because I am going to try and catch up with the show. So there was a show for today. Tell me what you think about this in the comment section, you guys. Sandiso and the lies. Because Sandiso really has 3 girlfriends, but each girlfriend thinks there are 2 of them. Mamcunu thinks it's her and Mahadebe. Mahadebe thinks it's her and Mamcunu. And then there's another one that thinks it's her and Mamcunu, but knows about the 3rd one, but is saying that she will not accept the 3rd one. But she herself has not been accepted by Mamcunu. Why you guys think you're going to have a good marriage with Sandiso the liar? I don't know. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please tell me what you think about it in the comment section. Like the video before Pumegona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Tanda. Kakho.